Hi, I'm Cliff Jones, founder and managing partner with Conversion Marketing Experts. And what I want to walk you through in the next few minutes, I'm going to try to do this in under 7 minutes or so, is the power of using LinkedIn for social selling, attracting, engaging, building a following, an audience, with a relatively small investment of time and focus and energy in doing quality activities on LinkedIn over long periods of time. And as I tell everybody, it's just not reasonable to think you can show up on LinkedIn and start building relationships and influence, because the truth of the matter is LinkedIn, in my humble opinion, is the #1 business-to-business platform for influencing, engaging, and getting reach, especially if you're interested in learning and applying the disciplines of social selling, which has to do with collecting, identifying, verifying, aggregating social media contact information, email addresses, assembling it in your customer, your relationship management system, and then finding ways to intelligently, relevantly engage it. Now, if you're publishing, like me, a lot, many blogs, books, articles, videos, all sorts of stuff I hack out over the years because I love this. And if you're doing any of this yourself, and I strongly encourage you don't use templates and that you don't hire people to do your LinkedIn profile. It's not that hard. And if it's not your story being told by you, my question is, how good is the story? So here are the elements I consider essential to having what we would call an all-star profile. All right, good background image, a nice, clean, clear image that represents who you are today. I got busted a while ago by my amazing wife. This was years ago. She thought my picture was too old, and she was right. So she called me out on it, and I updated it. Now, the description of what you do right here is really important. I play with this on an ongoing basis, but if your positioning is clear and your story is clear, then this should be fairly easy to write in a descriptive way. I'm using keywords here that I know people would be searching for when they're searching for influencers or people or consultants, advisors, coaches, trainers, like what we do. So dial in your title. This is going to be plugged in by you, so you're specific to what you're doing, your current business. Make these profiles as rich and robust as possible. Put anything and everything in there, because LinkedIn is a very powerful database, right? Millions of people, gazillions in terms of bits of data, and what they're doing is putting people together. How many people you have is not important. I don't suggest gaming the system in any way with any ninja tricks to get a bunch of connections. I think I'm a little about 11,000 now, but I've been working on LinkedIn for a long time, and I also contribute a lot to it by writing articles, and I'm going to show you how that works. So, what else can you do to build out a complete profile? Make sure your contact information is current, okay? As a matter of fact, we just moved and I have to update this. Okay, so we're going to come back to that. Make sure your website is current. This is your LinkedIn profile URL, so you can share it easily. If you have test scores or patents, you might want to, you definitely want to publish them there. This button here tells you your audience, the world, you know, your network, any changes you make, so you can toggle that off and on. Okay, so content post. Now, what LinkedIn allows us to do is basically write posts. Consider this one of the world's largest blogging communities, right? You could basically create your own images, write any headline, and this is a very powerful content management system and editor, so you can make your articles look nice. And what I learned about this is, if you enjoy doing this, do it. But do not count on publishing a bunch of articles on LinkedIn and getting the phone to ring and a bunch of inbound. It's not as simple as that. there are two ways you can thought lead, share information, share your own information without being in people's face and selling. Publish a post like I just showed you is one way. That's a full-on article. You want to make that rich, useful, references, links, proper licensing for any images you're using. And of course, the other way would be to share a quick update, much like you would on Twitter or Facebook. And of course, this is the equivalent of the feed you see in Facebook. This is people publishing their stream of consciousness. You can see people who are consistent here. You can see bigger brands. Yay, business journals. I am a writer for them, so we love them. Dun & Bradstreet, big brand. You can see what's happening here. Most people are embracing high-level engaging content. You know, this is not inexpensive or easy to produce if you're going to do it well. So this is high-value content geared to educate, engage, attract, right? And when we're doing a good job, we get engagement. People start talking to us and sharing. And that's what we call basically social reach, influence, all sorts of ways to stay in touch that LinkedIn's feeding you. I suggest getting the settings all dialed in so you're on top of your message box, you're listening, you're talking in real time, you're adding new connections yourself in relevant ways, and then you're accepting invitations. Because if you're in traffic and you're showing up and adding value, people are going to want to connect with you, and that's the beauty of this. So you have your home page here where that big feed is, okay? The profile page. This is the network that you're going to have. You can have all of your connections here, add contacts, search and find people. Big training platform. And of course, LinkedIn is known by recruiters worldwide as one of the biggest, if not the biggest, job platform in the world. And then interest, okay? This is important. If you're an influencer, okay, I'm going to show you a group that is very powerful, one of the most dominant in its space. It's the M&A forum. Okay, there are 18,000 members in this forum. I am a member. I know the founder, and basically this is an example of leveraging LinkedIn as a social network for vast reach, because all the publishing here and shared knowledge and interaction, engagement is very powerful. It all starts with a great profile, okay? It begins with a profile that's comprehensive and current and expresses your authentic story, your current story in a way that invites people to come in, right? When you're writing your summary, invite people to actually learn something and add your keywords here. If you've got great content, you can add all sorts of video links and various media to make your profiles even more robust. After that, it's about your other measures for engaging and reaching and following up with people. None of this marketing stuff works really well, but it all works over long periods of time when done in authentic, genuinely serving ways. So I hope that helps you understand the power of a LinkedIn profile. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm Cliff Jones with Conversion Marketing Experts. Thanks very much for watching.